Hey everyone, I'm Don't Tread on Me Game Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing Blair Witch for the PlayStation 4. The game was made by Bloomer Team and was published by Lionsgate Studio. Blair Witch is a first-person survival horror game. If you're thinking this is just another generic walking simulator, you would be greatly mistaken. Blair Witch has its own unique experience and a one not to be overlooked. If you've been looking for a good story-driven horror game for a while, this is the game for you. Set in 1996, you play as Ellis Lynch, a former war veteran and police officer who has found himself a part of a search party that is looking for a missing 9-year-old boy named Peter Shannon. Together with your loyal canine dog named Bullet, Ellis finds himself having to go deep into the depths of Black Hills Forrest in search for the missing boy. The story progresses through finding various different clues, solving puzzles, and finding different types of items that lead towards finding answers to the whereabouts of Peter. It should be noted that Blair Witch is a very isolated story-driven survival horror game. Most interactions with fellow characters will be through your 1990s style mobile phone or through the walkie-talkie. The story overall of the game is quite excellent, interesting, and really messes with your mind. Blair Witch is one of those walking simulators that actually has a solid, well-thought-out story that leaves you bewildered and intrigued. The gameplay in Blair Witch can be best described as an interactive survival horror first-person walking simulator. Now some of you might think, okay, so it's just another nothing-to-do walking simulator. But you are very wrong. Blair Witch offers various unique gameplay mechanics which aids in the development and progress of the story. Take for example your friendly canine companion Bullet. He will be able to find and retrieve clues, help you navigate through the environment, and be an emotional support during your mental breakdowns. Bullet will also be able to sense and alert you to danger, so make sure you pay attention to Bullet's behavior. And let's be honest here, how many games out there give you an opportunity to have a dog tag along with you in a survival horror game? As you progress through the forest, sometimes you'll find various strange dangling objects, which you must destroy. If you find one of these Blair Witch symbols dangling somewhere above, Bullet will get distressed and begin to bark. Destroy these symbols with the palm of your hand in order for Bullet to settle down. Once you have destroyed these symbols, you'll obtain a series of strange colored pictures, usually with a name written on them. These moments send a slight chill within the player's mind. It's truly quite creepy. I personally love these moments. I could really feel the atmosphere the game was trying to project. As you're searching the surrounding environment for clues, you can collect various items. Some of these are simple as a toy car, while others are strange and weird as a piece of carved wood. These items can be found for you to collect throughout your adventure into the depths of Black Hills Forrest. There are multiple items that help Ellis keep in touch with his girlfriend and friends. With your Nokia-style 1990s phone, Ellis will be able to receive and make phone calls, receive text messages, and just like the real deal, you'll be able to play various mini-games. One of these mini-games is pretty much what you would find on those old Nokia mobiles, the game being Snake. All these mini-games and customization options for your phone really takes you back to the 1990s. At an earlier point in the game, you'll find a camcorder sitting on a rock. This camcorder operates in a few different functions. The camcorder can act as night vision, where you can use the camcorder screen as a night vision viewer. Though I personally think this feature wasn't really that useful, the flashlight is just better in my opinion. You can also find tapes scattered throughout the area. These tapes aid in the progression of the story by viewing these tapes on the camcorder. You can also use these tapes as an environmental manipulation tool, which you can then change certain areas of your surrounding environment. And there's also one more feature. This feature comes a lot later in the game. This feature gives you the ability to see invisible enemies. During these sections of the game, you can really feel the tension and the fear. Blair Witch contains a few different enemy types. These enemies can be overcome by using your flashlight or by simply avoiding them altogether. The Blair Witch herself is not some type of physical entity in the game. She is more of a scary menace that pollutes the mental state of the character's mind. These moments can be frightening, but also quite satisfying and thrilling. The game also contains a few different puzzles. These puzzles are nothing too hard. They usually involve shifting through various fuses and turning on switches. Overall, nothing too complicated, pretty straightforward stuff. The game overall doesn't have too many problems. The only two issues I have with the game that it's a bit short and the AI of Bullet can be a bit of a nuisance. For example, sometimes you'll command Bullet to find the correct route through the environment. He will then sometimes just lead you in a circle that leads you right back where you started from. The game visuals are excellent. The color palette can be a bit muted in some respect. The lighting in the game is also good. It captures the different parts of the day quite well. The rich details of the forest with many different trees and branches really adds well to the scenery of the game. At night, things feel more tense as you navigate through the forests. You always have a sense of feeling that something is about to sneak up behind you. It always keeps you in suspense. I really like how the designers of the game have combined the use of both visual cues and sound that makes the entire experience of playing Blair Witch feel more eerie. The atmosphere has been crafted extremely well. The level of sound and music is precise, excellent, and really captures that feeling of being isolated. Blair Witch proves itself to be one of the best first-person survival horror walking simulators on the market. It really captures the true sense of survival horror. The game keeps you engaged with its story, its lore, and the mystery of the unknown and what might be around the corner. Your friendly and lovable canine dog, Bullet, gives the game an extra depth to the gameplay and story. It should be noted that Blair Witch contains multiple endings, so the game does contain a fair amount of replayability. Blair Witch gets an excellent 8.5 out of 10. If you liked this review, please like this video and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like to make a donation in order to keep this channel going, please donate to the following PayPal address you see on screen.